Okay, I'll be quickly going over the questions we solved before in dictionaries. This is going to be our last practice. So if you have any questions in regards to these questions, I suggest you solve them too. If you can't and if you don't understand, you can just comment and I'll help you to the best of my ability. So yeah, let's quickly get started. So the first question, write a Python function update dictionary that modifies the attribute of the key dictionary D and the value. If the attribute key does not exist, it creates it. So define this, and we just want to say D key is equal to value, then return D. Then we just want to uncomment these, not like that. Then these should give us true. Yep, correct. Write a Python function is key present that returns true if a given key already exists in the dictionary, false otherwise. Okay, so define this if k in D return true, else, not like that, else return false. That should be it. Quite an easy exercise. Yep. Now I'll remove these two. Okay. Write a Python function, power is n, that generates a dictionary whereby the keys are the number I and then the powers. So you can just look at the example and we can say D is equal to dict, then for I in range 1 n plus 1, we want to go until that number. Then we want to say D I is equal to I cubed. Then we want to return D. So let's see if it's correct. And it is correct. Great. Question 4. Write a Python function min-max that returns the maximum and the minimum value in a dictionary. The result itself should be returned as a dictionary with keys maximum and then minimum. Okay, also an insanely easy question. So define this. By the way, I find these extremely easy, not because they're extremely easy, but because I practice a lot. So if you see yourself struggling, I suggest you just code with me and practice. Then you're gonna get significantly better, trust me. Okay. Here, there isn't much to do, honestly. We just want to say dictionary. We want to create, well, D is already a dictionary. But DD, a new dictionary, we want to say DD. Start with minimum. Minimum is equal to D's min dot D dot values. I'm hoping that will be true. Then DD max dot values. I'm doing something slightly different. That's why I'm worried that it's not going to be correct. But yeah, it is correct. Great. Let's move on to the next question. Write a Python function count characters, string 1, that returns the frequency with each character that appears in string 1. Note that uppercase and lowercase characters are different, so we don't need to do anything about that. So let's define a function, then uncomment. Then we want to say D is equal to dictionary, then for I in string 1, if I not in D, we want to say D I is equal to 1, and elif I in D, we want to D I is equal to D I plus 1. and then at the end return D. So that's going to give us all trues. Awesome. So question number 6. Let's define merge dictionaries. So define merge dictionaries and returns the results. So let's create our empty dictionary and then say for I in D1, if I not in D, DI is going to be equal to D1 I, so the value of it. Then for K in D2, if K in D, that's going to be the only case for this question. So then we want to say dk dot update it with the value of D2 K. Then if I return D and uncomment these, it hopefully gives me all trues. Well, it didn't. Okay. Oh yes, I see. This is a built-in function, so it should be regular brackets. Then all of them are true. Fantastic. Let's do our add-up function. By the way, I know this is going really fast, but this is only further proof for you guys that if I'm really fast, it is only because I took the time to solve these exercises many times previously. You can watch the previous videos and see for yourself how long it takes, but now it just takes a minute or two. So let's define our function. That returns the union of two characters with numerical values. If it appears, then the values are added up. Awesome. So it's a dictionary. Then we want to say for I in D1, basically the same strategy. If I not in D, di is equal to D1 I. And for K in D2, if K not in D, dk is equal to D2K, else if K in D, so if that key is in it, then we want to do dk is equal to dk plus D2K. Then return D. Then uncomment. What is going on here? What is the issue here? Yes, the F is missing a quote. Okay, the second one is false for some reason. Let's actually find the reason for it. Okay. So the first one is obviously going to be true. The second one is going to be a case where there's actually no commonalities. If K not in... That is literally what I did. So if K from D2 is not in D, that is really strange, isn't it? A, B, C, D, E, F. So we're in a case where they're different. So for K in D2, if K not in D, as usual, really interesting. I didn't think I would encounter a problem, but maybe I'm blind and it's an awfully simple mistake, but I can't see it, so I'm gonna have to consult the debugger. So the first one is going to be correct. We have no questions about that. And it's going to give us true. Great. So we have these dictionaries where they're both different. So we want to see our dictionary that these values are added until C. This is fantastic. Then for K, for D2, if K is not in D2, well, K is going to be D, then this should be added. Is it though? Let's see. Then our dictionary becomes, well, yeah, D is included too, so I don't know what's going on. It's 300, then, hold on. 200, then 400, interesting. Now E is equal to 200. So we have a case where A is equal to 100. 100, 200, 300, 300, 200. 100. Oh, B is equal to 200. 100, 200, 300, 300, 200. 100, 200, 300, 300, 200. Oh, yes, the problem is here. I see. Well, F is supposed to be 4. That's how you see that there are some silly mistakes. Okay. Let's define our function. It's readily available here, so that's awesome. And I'll uncomment it already. Let's see if there's any error. Well, there seems to be one. What could be the reason? Yeah, okay. I see it now. This should fix that. No more red lines. Awesome. Let's remove the breaking points. Yeah, I hate silly mistakes. It just makes the video longer now. But anyways, write a function merge list of dictionaries that merges two lists of dictionaries by a specified attribute key. Okay, so we want to create an empty dictionary, and for I in LD1, oh, another error here. What is the reason this time? Probably because it's not mentioned. For I in LD1, if I not in D, then D, hold on. If I key, so the key is going to be like car, so it's going to give us a 60 in that point. D I key is going to equal to, we want to equal it to the whole list. Then for K in LD2, if K key not in D, we want to do the same. The K key is equal to K, but else if K key in D, then we want to make it so that specific key value is updated. The K key dot update the K. If the key is already in there, we actually don't want a key here then, but the K is going to be useful. DK is going to, it's a list, great. Update it with K, I think, the whole list. Then we want to return list of D dot values. Then if I do this, it's not going to be correct. Okay. You cannot use dictionary as a dictionary key. I'm just trying to solve it quickly. Yeah, so we have to use dk key there. Why exactly? Dk key. Of course, because initially we organized it in such a way that it organizes by keys. So there we go. We got all of them true. I hope this was helpful. See you next time.